What's going on, y'all? This is Javon Wright. I'm here with
Jamal Watkins.
Tiffany Jackson.
most definitely, man. And like this week is Mental Health Awareness Week, so we doing our daily routine and daily basis. We talking about just life. What's going on? What's going on? Not just in the pandemic, but like what type of activities or whatever you want to talk about at this time, man. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Jamal.
Um, you know, since just kind of going back to the pandemic slightly, they shut down gyms and things like that, so I wasn't able to play basketball and be as active as I wanted to be. Um, Now that things are back open, the gym's back open, I'm back to playing basketball. That helps with my physical condition, but also my mental condition because now my mind is a bit more free. It's a bit more active because now I've added another activity. Even though I've been playing basketball, my whole life, but just adding another activity back into my life, gets my brain going. So my mental health is improving, every day.
Well, my mental health is good. I have an autoimmune disorder, which limits my um, ability to be around a lot of different people without knowing their health status. So I spend a lot of time at home with my mom and my daughter.
Yeah, most definitely. So tell me more about your condition, Miss Tiffany. Tell them like what are you experiencing, or like what are the challenges and the pros and cons. Talk about all that.
Well, the end of 2016, I found out I had a tumor,
Mm,
a grade 2 glioma on the right side of my brain.
mm,
I had surgery. I also went through chemo, which I took the chemo pill and radiation. The tumor affected the left side of my body. I had to learn to walk again. I had to learn to eat, to feed myself. I had a trach, which you can still see the scar, and I also had a feeding tube.
mm-hmm,
I had to learn to drink water again.
mm-hmm.
I had to learn to eat without choking. Um, I had to learn to drive again.
Just the whole basics.
Yes.
Just the whole basics. The whole basics. I can imagine the distress that would cause, especially with your daughter and stuff like that, and then your daily livelihood, watching TV and being able to just to get up and go and all that stuff like that. Yeah, I know that could be kind of crazy
And
sometimes.
my short-term memory is affected.
Short
Things
term.
that happened before the tumor, I can remember perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
But something happens like yesterday, it might slip my mind.
Most definitely. I already can feel that. So tell me like some of the challenges you face now, like present, like your progression. Like I can see you walking good and talking good and everything, eating, you don't have no limitations, you
No
just
limitations.
eat. Oh, okay, that's cool then.
Just being concerned, like I said, who I'm around.
Who you're around,
Because
especially
like a common cold
Yeah,
could
that'll affect
put
you.
me back into the hospital.
okay, okay,
Because
okay.
originally the doctor thought my condition was caused by the flu. Now I've never had the flu.
Never had the
Never
flu.
had the flu.
Wow, you lucky. Now you lucky. You lucky with that one. I done had the flu a couple times. A couple times.
I never had it.
But Maul, tell me like what's going on with you, like progression wise, like your daily basis, your functions, bro. Like you set a pattern for yourself.
Well, since I'm not working right now, I wake up in the morning, just kind of get onto my routine, which includes, some reading, um, reading about things that I don't know about, reading about things that interest me, reading about things that can help me move forward. Um, then I try to do a little bit of exercising. Now that I have the basketball in there, I'm definitely adding that, kind of like some pregame stuff, pregame workout. Get to eat a little better. So I make my day just kind of worthwhile, just not sitting around and online looking for a job. Like that's just not my whole day. Like I take a portion of my day to do that, to look for work, but I try to educate myself on things. Um, so yeah, those are my main challenges. Just trying to stay focused, remain humble, and not lose myself like I have before. Because I know that not working, not having money coming in, no steady income, that can cause, you know, some mental things, some stress or depression because you feel like you can't get things done or get things done in a timely fashion.
Now that's another thing, time management. You see how I told you time management. Once I got in grad school, I got good with time. I was terrible at that before, bro. Like it'd take me 4 days to do 2 things or 3 things. But once you divide stuff up, and remember we always talked about productivity.
Yeah,
What activates? They activate in some areas you just can't be activated in all the time. It's just like a leisure
yeah,
and stuff like that. You know, I used to be like, okay, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna go home, bam, and I'm gonna just do me. I'm gonna play the game, do stuff like that. But when I had work and stuff that had like time sensitive, but you had to put quality into it, I had to learn like, hey, listen, okay, hold on. Like last night, I revised the paper 5 times before I did the real deal.
yeah.
Wrote the whole thing, then I just stopped. I ain't feeling this. Throw it in the trash can. But you write to get better because me, that's all I've been practicing on. Just writing,
Yeah.
reading, exploring new words, know how to use them. And then, you know, I've been intermingling with the kids and stuff like that outside of the school thing to keep myself balanced because I realized when I wasn't organized, like time management wise, like I was like, my life, I felt busy all the time. I felt cluttered all the time. And I
Yeah.
felt,
Time management will do that to you.
especially organization. Organization
Yeah,
come with that too.
organization, time management, and balance. You
Yeah.
must balance all of that.
Because the kids, I had to get them on that too, man. Organize yourself. Once you organize yourself, time management, your life will be 10 times. You won't feel overwhelmed. You
I
won't.
also have an 11-year-old daughter, and I'm not sending her back to school because I'm afraid of the risk of her possibly contracting COVID and bringing it home.
And the flu too, because now it's flu season.
Yeah, you just don't want her getting sick. and
Because
bringing
they
it
get
back
sick,
home,
they get,
period.
because once the kid, they always do. And that's how I got the flu the last time, Nari. Nari had a fever. Nari was coughing and all that. I gave her something. 2 days later, she was straight. Then guess what? Bam, dad was jacked up. Dad was all jacked up. So now dad over here cough. And it took me a week just to get rid of the flu symptoms and still had a cold or no whole another week.
I tell you, boy, when men get sick,
We get sick because I really do. And I rarely get sick.
get sick,
But when I do, I'm sick.
like, it lingers for me.
And it
When
lingers.
I was sick, like during the height of my illness, I was in ICU on a ventilator with a trach and a G-tube, as I said before.
Mhm.
And the nurses would sneak my daughter onto the floor because you have to be 18 or over to go on the ICU floor.
Yeah, you do. Because I had to leave Nari behind with grandma when she got her leg amputated. Yes.
That's good.
So I don't want to be put in that position again.
Yeah.
And they got like a real, like when you like in the last moment, bro, that was scary because that trauma center, what is that it was some type of like extreme, like intense, like it was bad ICU because we came and seen you and then we went and seen my grandma after that. She was getting leg amputated. That was like, whoa, bro, and I couldn't even take Nari in that, bro. You know what I mean? So stuff like that is just stressful. Grandma raising your daughter, and then you know what I'm saying. That's causing stress because now skills she probably haven't used in a minute. She like, hey man, listen, this is we got to hurry up and get you back. Yeah, you already know because I go through that. But like during the pandemic myself, I had to set a pattern for myself. Treat school like work. That's how I had to think about it. I had to treat school like work because if I stop this, that means it won't get done. So I'm like, okay, let me set a pattern for myself. I'm gonna do this, because if not, I'm gonna work 6 hours plus easy without even stopping. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So and burn myself out. So I do 2 hours here. Let me do this. Like today, let me do the video. I know I'm gonna hang out a little bit. I know I'm gonna do what I do, and then I know I'm gonna end up going back home, and it's back to the business, and it's back to.
You pace yourself.
I had paced myself.
Don't put it all on. Don't put everything on one plate at once. And then you just made yourself overwhelmed. It feels
What?
like
Because I did that the last week, and my teacher like, man, what's wrong with you, man? Like everything good. I'm like, man, I'm overwhelmed, and all of us overwhelmed, bro. Because when we have our Zoom meetings, people are just venting and she's like, well, where y'all at? And some people just like, man, just, and it's difficult because my work site was virtual. A lot of stuff done went virtual or is CDC guidelines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They want me to work down here downtown at this little Christian serving center or something. I forgot the name of it, but I talked to the fella and he want me to deliver meals.
Okay.
Cool with that. But with the restrictions and the guidelines, certain days I couldn't go in there, certain days, so I had to pick days I can go in, do it, get to it, and get it over with. Because I told him, I said, I'm just trying to get these 100 hours, brother.
Yeah.
However I can get it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But the warehouse, I prefer not to be in the warehouse because that's an enclosed area, and that still might be too many people.
I'm constantly going back and forth with my doctor's office because they make house visits.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
I'm
so
not-
you get to care on wheels.
pretty much, but I'm not comfortable with them visiting other patients and coming to my
Coming
home.
in, yeah.
Yeah,
So I've
no.
been telling them no.
Yeah.
And they're threatening to drop me from the
What they call
practice.
that patient not neglect, not patient neglect, what is that, something services where they cancel your services behind because you failure to just come and yeah. Cause my doctor office, they stopped doing that, but I think if house visits, not even that, certain visits, I think for the medical cannabis, what it was, they have different stipulations where if you don't come to the appointments to do certain things, you won't get your prescription. And
That was the same way with my regular prescriptions. I have a seizure medication I have to take on time every day. And my seizures, they aren't like the shaking type that you typically see like on TV. It's called a focal seizure, where I feel it on my left side and it like tingles.
it's in a wave through you.
Yeah. And ironically enough, it's called a Jacksonian seizure, or it's referred to sometimes as a Jacksonian seizure, which happens to be my last name.
Yeah, that's crazy. So they done gave you your own. They done branded you with your own kind. But nah, man, you gonna be good
I learned that through
always.
my own research.
Yeah.
Because one day I'm like, I'm tingling.
Like you tingling, like, oh man. But I'm gonna tell you too what I learned too. When your body is in distress, where you can't sleep and all that, that's when you know you got to relax. Find you something to relax. Me, they gave me sleeping medication. I don't even take it, bro, because I'm gonna tell you, I read the side effects and it's not psychotic medicine, but it's labeled some type of psychological where it makes you sleep. It makes you go to make your body rest. And what I got a prescription before, and I took it, and I was just like, you know what, this ain't for me, man. No matter how much, it ain't for me. It's not for me because, like, if I got to go through all this to go to bed, nah, man. So that's what really made me want to get organized and be like, okay, let me do this. Let me treat this like work. Let me act like I'm still, because once you try to accept the abnorm, bro, I feel like you just go into a deep, like you just,
becoming a guinea pig.
becoming a guinea pig.
With my mom being a nurse, with my health issues, she was able to advocate with my medications. Because like you said, some of them do give you like a psychotic episode.
Well, you get irritated, you get paranoid,
Or you'll just lay there like a zombie.
Yeah.
or be just stuck. Yeah, be stuck because your mind is like, man. That's how I was with when I tore my tissues and they were giving me different pain meds. I'm like, just don't give me this, or I take this as needed because.
Same with my tumor. With
Yeah.
my surgery, they had me on narcotics, and my mom was like, no, she needs to engage, like, with conversation and.
Give me the mild stuff. Give me something mild, then you can give me something heavy when I'm going through some things and it hurts and it.
Because for you had to rebuild that repetition for your body and your mind.
That muscle memory.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to just be like, okay, well.
Because I couldn't do it. If I'm sleeping, like I miss therapy and everything.
Yeah,
Therapy.
and then you get in that mood swing. Somebody bother you, man. Listen.
And I'm that type of person. Don't wake me from my sleep. For
Just
anything.
leave me alone. You know how to make your own
Because
cereal
that's my
and
argument. You don't know what type of night I had. You just came in here this morning. Like, you don't know if I was
could have
able
had a
to
rough
sleep.
night,
Yeah.
or I could have been able to sleep.
And sometimes you
good.
just be getting into that sleep stage and somebody coming out do.
And then with me, I'm usually sleeping on my side, but because of the surgery, I couldn't sleep on my side. I had to sleep on my back, which is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even in the hospital bed, it was uncomfortable.
I know that was very uncomfortable. I went through that. That's terrible. Cause me, I like to lay on my stomach sometimes. Like you say, sometimes I like to lay on my side. I stopped laying on my arm because I wake up and my arm will be all. Yeah, I be done lost sensation in my arm.
Nah, I normally sleep on my left side, and a few times I went to sleep on my right side, and I woke up and I didn't have any feeling in my entire arm. I'm laying there like I'm trying to move it, and it's not. I'm looking at it, and it's not moving. So then I pick my arm up and do this here. Like, come on, man. I was about to start losing it. Like, oh my God, I can't move my arm. But then, you know, got a little feeling. I was like, nah, I can't lay on that side.
Just to show you the difference in my range of motion with my arms, my right arm that wasn't affected, I can lift over my head. My left arm that's the range.
That's the range.
Yes. My left hand, the reason it's like this, it was contracted like this tight.
Yeah.
And I had to go through therapy and learn how to open my hand.
How to open it back up. Yeah, that's deep though. Yeah, but I'm glad to see you mobile and move around again.
Thank you.
Yes, most definitely. But yeah, man, it was good interviewing y'all and everything, and you know, hopefully we can do this again, link up and just hang out, man. Chop it up, man.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
Start a podcast.
Yeah.